I don't know. Anyway.
Well, we've got this 4v4 game going down before our eyes. It's Killer B and Milmano. Bonus coverage, encore coverage for you guys.
Yeah.
Let's jump in
Just
here,
when you
man.
thought, just when you thought you had enough of this, bam!
That's right.
4v4. How else do you want to end this, huh?
Yeah, man.
Yep. It's a China stack versus rest of the world. It literally is just like rest of the world versus um representation from the Americas, Asia, Europe. I mean, you got it all covered, man.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. And the thing is, though, you have to think the Vipers team here is a pretty massive underdog. The SY guys play together a ton. This is their tournament that they're practicing for, the SY mod of the Nations Cup, where walling is a bit more expensive and a bit slower, and also slinging is a little bit nerfed. We'll see the Viper playing in yellow as Saracens. He will be next to Say My Name. He will have Keno on that flank and Spring on the other flank. So we've got Viper in the pocket with Spring, Franks above him. The other side of the map will be all SY people. SY number 2 will be Franks. Interesting, Franks v Franks on that flank on the top. Licks will be in the pocket Japanese. Pocket player Saracens is Mr. Yo in green, and then Paladin, a.k.a. Feng Xin, in the gray as Teutons. Anything stick out to you about that arrangement of civs, Mr. Milmano?
Oh, give me what?
Oh, it's jibatong. It's jibatong.
Have you seen like look at Keno. Keno's really close to, of course, to Paladin, but the distance between him and Yellow, like holy cow, like that's miles, miles away. Like you see that? Do you see that? I mean, it's the same way around though. Lix is very far away from China number 2, which is a little bit important because, of course, you want to send your units over to your teammates' direction. So.
Yeah,
this can be abused if
It's going to be incredibly hard, like you said. Keno, however you want to say it, in orange. His teammate in the pocket is Say My Name in teal, aka VNS yellow. This guy is so far from his teammate that reinforcing units will take forever to get across the map. Keno is essentially playing this on an island. He's got 2 opponents breathing right down his neck, but it kind of almost mirrors it on the other side of the map. We've got China number 2, who is Jibatong, who's actually going to be a little bit further from his pocket than he might be ideal. But yeah, that's a really great point, Milmano. He is really far from his teammate here.
Yeah. So Frank on Frank, don't normally see like that. I don't know. I've seen normally Frank on Frank games in terms of on the flank. So I'm actually really curious to see how this will unfold. On the other side, you have what the Japanese versus the Teutons. Oh, that's. I'm gonna need a minute there. I'm gonna need a minute to figure this one out because that's a whole. It's a different scenario to work with. But let's talk about the pockets, actually. That's what we can talk about. Teutons for yellow. Yeah, Say My Name. I might call them Say My Name just for the sake of it. But
sure.
Teutons for Say My Name. And when we talk about that distance between them, it's actually a bit more important as well on this side of the river, because Teutons, of course, don't get husbandry on their nightline. So that speed decrease, of course, in comparison to, let's say, Paladin, who's Saracens, will hurt them when it comes to that reinforcement, unless for some reason Say My Name just drops a stable halfway across the map.
Right.
It shouldn't be like massively impactful, but you might see that discrepancy occur when we get to that sort of mid-game in the Castle Age, when you get ecos rolling and those upgrades start coming through, that the pressure. It of course depends how the game goes, but if it's fairly even, let's say, and things are going okay, then you might see that slight shift in that direction when it comes to the Knights from the between the 2 players.
Yeah, it's a really interesting point. Europe is making some good jokes in the chat, saying Keno isn't an expert player, so the other expert players pushed him into a corner. They didn't want to be close to him. I'm watching Spring taking deer kind of out a little bit far from the TC with 7 villagers. He's had a really weird start. Looks like he's missing some sheep to me. There aren't really any sheep under his TC. I don't know what happened to Spring. Maybe some stolen sheep. Purple player having
got 4 vills on a straggler.
I think he's just desperately trying to keep his villagers working. That's the only thing I can think of.
He lost something bad.
Yeah.
Okay, there's 5, 6 sheep technically for China number 2. because he's got one at the top left from Spring, but hasn't been found yet because he took it probably and sent it up there. So yeah, it looks like he probably lost a couple of sheep, but what the flip? What?
Yeah. Tough start from Spring, who's trying to drush. He's grabbing the extra 10 gold now to do so, but he's housed, which is really unfortunate. He's on 18 vils when everybody else is on 20 or more. Has Loom early. I just think it's been a tailspin of a game, unfortunately, for Spring. Had trouble finding resources, I think, and now he's just going to start pumping out militia. This is going to be a really tough side. He and the Viper are going to be teaming up. Saracen's in the pocket behind him. It's a bit of a hike for the Viper to get there and help out. They'll be pushing against Jiba, a.k.a. China number 2 as Franks, who has to be having a better Dark Age than his opponent. So we'd have to think if he's going to build some scouts early, he'll probably have the better of Spring. But Lix, as Japanese in the other pocket, is quite a distance away. And we're still working our way slowly through the Dark Age. I'm seeing a couple drushes coming out. Paladin, a.k.a. Feng's in here, moving forward with his drush. He will probably not find much inside Keno's base. Keno's missing a sheep, which is really weird. It has to be within his view at some point, right?
It might have been taken.
Oh, he's missing that sheep.
Oh,
wow.
that. What?
I mean, sheep's come in pairs or in groups of 4, so you should have seen the other sheep, right?
Yeah, that's very weird.
I don't know what's
I
going
reckon
on.
I reckon the drush from Paladin's gonna pick up that sheep.
Yeah, it's absolutely possible.
Oh, unless Keno's gonna find it. Race for the sheep.
Yeah.
Come on. No, he doesn't get it. What the fuck?
Yeah, sheep will
Keno.
be. Keno not able to locate that sheep. But he does wall up against the drush, and he's safe here. He's okay, right?
I like how he abandons the farm that's not been built at like 99%. Like what?
Yeah.
Like, literally what? Oh, what? Okay. Okay, now it's been built. Hooray! But the interesting thing from Spring as well, like, is in this matchup as well, is of course, like Japanese pocket, not a good pocket for knights for many reasons. Of course, like no bloodlines. So that's not great. That's really not good. And of course, Viper, of course, being the Saracens in this occasion, again, has the bloodlines. Not the best economy, unlike the Japanese, but again, the stronger knights should help alleviate potential problems in Spring. So keep that in mind as this game develops. I imagine, Spring's just going to start warming up super early because screw being under pressure. This is not what I want to be on at all. But
Viper.
then again, though, when you talk about this, is that if you do wall up, is that it might just send the knights or scouts or whatever towards Viper. Oh shit! Lix has gone for a forward.
Yeah, Lix going for a forward, and he's going to lose a Vil there on the front. Looks like, the Viper's going to have to kill that Vil. There you go. He will lose his scout in the process. Double range is coming down for Lix. This is a really interesting and kind of strange play. But Lix doesn't know what we know. He doesn't know how awkward Spring's start was, so he's just trying to be aggressive. What do you think about this, Momano? Double ranges.
I think it's fine. I was going to say potential thing in this occasion for Japanese to do is to go aggressive. Like when you're faced against situations like this, like last game when I thought Mattis might go for a forward kill. This is another prime example where going for a forward can pay, but Viper saw this early on, so he's going to be able to react to this very well. He's got the stable coming down immediately. And this is really smart play from Viper putting the stable down. Normally, I'll be like, oh my god, why is he putting a stable down? But it makes sense because there is no forward barracks because he's always scouted with the scout that he just lost. So he knows by going scouts would make some more sense because the archers aren't in that critical mass to start shooting them down. And again, Viper put the market up for the Saracen bonus.
Yeah,
right, he's gonna click up.
Click wall up
genius.
for Viper. Click quick castle. Nice palisade should slow his opponent's roll. He's gonna be pretty much pushed off of gold for now. A couple archers from Lix roaming around trying to find some damage. But yeah, the Viper here is going to be up, and this is going to be a really interesting part of the match. This could be, we could think back to this at the end and think that was the point of the match where it turned. But who knows? For now, Viper will go up. He will fend that off, and we'll see how it goes for him. Spring on the other side is trying to wall himself up. Go ahead. What do you think? What are you watching?
Spring.
Spring here is trying to build a defensive tower. Not able to get it done. In come the scouts from China number 2, who had a better Dark Age, who has more scouts faster. And this is just a really, really bad spot for Spring. He's on 28 Vils. Expect that number to continue to decline.
Yeah.
Hiding inside of his tower for now, but that's just immediately going to be rushed down by villagers here from China number 2.
Being taken down immediately. And this is also, again, why Lix's forward is actually quite nice anyway. Because it's going to have to distract Viper for a bit. You know, he's forced to 2 towers up. You know, he's probably going to be able to clean this up because he's able to get the goal by building a second tower. Again, thanks to the Saracen market that he has. But it has delayed Viper. It's going to delay Viper, actually, from helping out Spring. And Spring here, he's lost his only tower of the game so far. He's going to lose it very cheaply. And that's going to bring a whole host of problems. His woodlines are exposed. His berries has just been finished. And he's only got a few farms. The straggler trees, you know, have been mostly chopped down and are, again, quite far away from TC for straggler trees. So it's going to be very difficult for him to keep hold of his base without losing too much.
Yeah,
so Viper needs to get a move on.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure right now on the Viper, not only to clean up his side, but he's got to go help Spring. I mean, when your flank is getting towered, it's great when you have those early knights. You can go and help your teammate out. Right now, it's not going to be easy for the Viper to help his teammate out. Spring is still in the fight, but he's definitely on the back foot here. Other side of the map we've been neglecting a bit, but Say My Name, aka Yellow, has a couple of knights out. Might be double stable knights, I would guess. Lix is the one who is forward. That's why you don't see anything here from Lix right now. Green player is Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo seems to be booming up. He's got a few knights of his own. The Teutons player Paladin has a couple towers, but does not seem to be doing anything terribly aggressive, kind of leaving Keno to be for the moment. But the Viper, man, he's got a lot of blinking red dots inside of his base. Lots of archers here. Losing some vills under a lot of pressure. Knights with +1 defense coming in, but not quite enough of those right now. Viper's actually killing a house, which is really a bummer of a move. He loses a lot of damage there just trying to get in to get to these archers that Lix pretty wisely walled into a little coliseum there.
It's actually a really lovely tower there from Lix as well. Not only does it put pressure onto the wood line, but look how many farms that Viper's utilizing right now.
Yeah, 2 farms on the top.
He's on 2 farms right now. 2 farms on top. There's no way he can sustain the production of knights on that right now unless he's doing some mad trickery with the gold, like having to float it with the food income and so on. So his economy is now a complete mess. Like, yes, you've got 4 or 5 knights, but what are you going to be doing with it right now apart from just not feeding it away? But, you know, 2 of them are nearly dead. The other one's on half HP, and the other 2 are okay, but that's it, you know.
Yeah, the Viper here is taking stone like a madman, probably selling it, but it does look like he's selling it. But he needs to get something done quickly. These archers are really becoming a huge problem. His knights are roaming forward to pick up a couple of straggling reinforcements, so that's a really nice thing to be able to grab. He will eventually mass up and head in and maybe take out this group of a dozen that are in this back wood line. But yeah, that tower from Lix is still there. It's still annoying. The initial tower is still here, taking away the main gold. So the Viper's in a bit of hot water. Purple player, China number 2, is still coming forward with towers and still annoying Spring. Spring is 30 villagers right now. China number 2 is on 40, so he's 10 vills ahead on that flank. On the other side, we do see Mr. Yo defending his teammate Lix, which he is going to need to do. Lix is going to be wide open since he went forward. Say My Name, aka Yellow, has a lot of knights here, but he hasn't found a place to really put them to work. He's going to head toward Mr. Yo as we speak and probably do some serious damage. But yeah, that Lix versus Viper side of the map seems to be the really exciting, that's where all the action is going down right now.
Yeah, this is actually very interesting to touch on here. It's Keno and Yellow. Like, okay, Yellow wants to try and raid Lix, that's good. Try and put some pressure on him, distract him, kill some vills, try and bring it back up a little bit. But, you know, Orange, Keno here is, I went to him earlier, I thought, okay, he's sitting with some archers, being a bit patient. Maybe he's just trying to figure out what Paladin's up to, but he hasn't done anything with those archers, I swear. He's got a good bulk of them, 25 military, which is quite a good amount of archers. I feel like he should be a bit more active with them. Send them over to China number 2, put some pressure on him, because look, his gold's exposed, the back wood lines, I guess you could call it exposed, and also the stone. There are opportunities. Just because you're on one side of the flank doesn't mean you can't be mobile and moving around and putting pressure on other players, because they won't always expect that to happen. So it's good to see. Okay, Viper's going to help deal with this now. Problem of Lix with the mangonel, finally.
Yeah, Viper pushing Lix away. That's going to incentivize Lix to maybe go hit Spring on his way to keeping these archers alive. No reason for Lix to push the envelope too much. He's hurt Viper a lot. 25 villagers for the Viper. leaving a couple of towers that are in really annoying spots, especially this one should be up for a few more minutes. We've got a brief pause in the game, but yeah, I would say that Lix is ready to get out of dodge. He's going to get those archers home. He's done good damage, and I do think he'll take a little swing by, a little run through Spring's base, maybe come to this back wood line or something, and just see if he can add insult to injury. The purple push from China number 2 is working, but why not utilize these archers in the best place that you can?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Like, because like an idle military is like, or an idle village is like a dead villager. You can say the same about military. If you're not using it, then what have you put your money into? What have you invested in? Getting no return out of it. So it's always important.
Yeah,
to make most of what you got.
There is a small bright spot for the Vipers team. That is the army from Keno coming forward. He's got a good amount of crossbows here. He's got a bunch of spears. He's doing some good damage to the green player, Mr. Yo. Nothing crippling. Yo does have several TCs down. I think he's got 3. But yeah, he's still in here and giving it the old college try, keeping his opponent honest. Say My Name has been running around the map, unfortunately, away from Yo's camels. Too many camels there for Mr. Yo for Yellow to turn around and engage. So for the moment, we've got a really bad start from Spring and the Viper, but their team is still in the score lead. That's a really interesting thing to look at.
Yeah, absolutely. But good raiding, though, was done by Yellow. Brought the bills down a lot on Licks. It's 38 to 28 and Vipers. They're only a 10. I think it was a lot worse than that, but earlier on. So not all is lost, but yeah, Viper needs to get back on it. It's very unlike us to see Viper with the lowest amount of bills in the team game, like in the pocket as well.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? Spring is right now Xing that back wood line. Oh, Spring is saying, oh my god, he's pretty pissed about these archers showing up inside of his economy. The Viper saying, yeah, man. Viper just saying yes. But Spring is Xing that back wood line, gold, stone area that you were hoping that his teammates might hit. Say My Name right now is dicing Lix up at home. Lix is down to 30 vills, and he has lost a lot of villagers on that wood line.
That shouldn't have happened. Because he was there before, I swear, because I saw Yo's knights, just called camels, patrolling that section at one point. So if you're going back to that wood line, fair enough. But you could always, just wall those villages in, especially those 2 lumber camps at the back. You could actually make a decent walling width to the edges of the lumber line. But anyway, he pays the price, literally. He literally pays here with a number of dead villages, which definitely help Viper out, for sure. And I think Viper's probably looking at the scores and thinking, well, we're ahead. Yeah, that's a good thing. And I haven't completely died, which is always possible. So I think I'll take these things in perspective. I think he'll be okay with this. Now that he's felt reassured, like Yellow's said to him, or Say My Name said, oh look, I just killed a lot of bills, so don't worry.
I gotta give some credit to Spring after a really rough start. He's towered himself up. He doesn't have a lot of villagers, but he's fighting this one out versus 2 players. He did throw an oh my god in the chat, but other than that, he's done a pretty damn decent job to keep fighting and minimize the damage coming in. As I say that, the purple player, China number 2, will come in and start grabbing down some villagers on this gold pile. Spring will click to castle, but he is really hurting. He just can't get too disheartened because his team is winning this game in the score. And there's a reason for that. Lix is really getting diced up back at home by Say My Name. Here comes the Viper with a few knights to help his teammate out. Doesn't have quite enough to win this fight, but maybe in the shadow of the tower, they can get this job done. And yeah, for the moment, the game is starting to stabilize, and the scores are dead even. I'm really surprised by that, Milmano.
Yeah, it's very, very surprising, considering how it started out to begin with.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely props to Spring, because he's been making actually decent decisions in terms of having to hold his line. I thought he was actually pretty screwed when his first tower went down.
Oh god, but, look at Lix's wood line, Milmano. Oh boy. Keno's over there with a dozen crossbows. The knights were walled out. And Lix gives... Lix just gives a F-U, asterisk F-U, everybody. Letting everybody know.
Well, okay. Ooh. I can feel that. I can feel
13 villagers. 13 villagers. Oh.
Well, that's what happens when you put all your eggs in one basket, literally on that wood line.
Yeah.
It happens once. Okay, this time he did actually wall it in, but then the crossbows came, which was a bit unlucky. But does he have Town Watch? Like, does he not? No, I think he does. No, he does have Town Watch. Okay.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Looks like at the moment the Viper is helping to stabilize his side versus China number 2. Licks will be a non-factor in that pocket, so we will see purple basically 2 versus 1. Granted, Spring is quite hurt, but he is in the Castle Age, so he will be able to contribute to his team's success. He's got more villagers than Licks by 13. He should be a little stronger than Licks at this point in the game.
No.
But yeah, Say My Name has kind of been the wild card this game. He's been rolling around with those knights, and he's killed a lot of villagers, man.
He has.
There's not a lot
But
of
here's a
damage.
big problem, though. I can't see Viper's team winning this game. Because the sole reason that Yo and Paladin are up to Imperial Age. Yeah, Keno's going up, but he's getting pushed pretty hard right now. That castle's going to get denied as well by those mangonels. Like, he's going up with, what, 2 TCs? An economy that's the size of 44 villages? Like, oh, he needs to be up to... He needs to get that castle up, really, for the trebuchets, but... Okay, in anything else. But that's the thing. You've got 2 heavily boomed players versus 1 who's been having to try and carry the game on his back a little bit here. So I can't see this winning just because of the fact that 2 heavily boomed players versus 1, 2 at Imperial, 1 is Imperial.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, as you say that, the scores do start to slip in the direction that you're leaning. It does look like that double mangonel offensive will go down from the Knights of Say My Name. Castle will eventually go up from Keno. He'll get the job done there. He will hit Arbalest quite soon, and he will have Trebs out to knock this castle down. But it is a big discrepancy in villager count. I'll totally give you that. You've got about 250 vills for the Vipers team, and you've got over 300 for the SY crew. So though Licks is really, really hurting, his team overall does have quite a bit more resource rolling in the front door. Castle's coming up in defense for Say My Name. Say My Name's still being active around the map with Cavalier now. But Yo has got elite mams out, and he's going to start to clean up those Cavalier as the small groups of Cavalier, they slowly dwindle down. So we're going to work our way toward the late game here. Viper is a guy we saw up to Castle early. He's not going to be up to Imp anytime terribly soon. His teammates have been hurt quite a lot. Just 69 villagers for the boy wonder, Mr. Viper. And, alright, so it's desperate times, but how do you get back in this game, Milmano, if you're on the Vipers team? What's your Hail Mary strategy to get this one back on its feet?
You just need Yellow here just to carry the crap out of this game. Like, he needs to be on this left-hand side like he is, protecting Keno, making sure that also snipe this Treb, because that's going to really help out in this Treb war. He's going to. I mean, ETKs are... He went ETK.
Yeah, lead Teutonic Knights here. Paladin is going to build a unit you don't see very often. The Elite Teutonic Knight has a lot of resistance to, hand-to-hand combat. You can see the 10 plus 3 armor versus melee. He's going to have onagers behind it. So, okay. I mean, it is what it is. A couple Trebs did go down there for Paladin, a.k.a. Feng Xin, and he's going to lose an onager, and now he's going to lose another Treb. So he's certainly not getting the better of this first burst of Cavalier. Oh, that Treb survives on 9 HP.
Do you know what? It's okay. It's okay. I'm okay with it.
You're on board.
The sole thing that he's got onagers as well backing up with it. So if Keno went for hand cannon or Arbalest, able to take that down.
Yep.
And of course TKs are very good because of course Japanese can't go halves or any infantry versus lineup because he probably must have thought Keno must have thought at some point, do I go halberdiers? You know, in case there's any paladins from the shooting player, but no. It's kind of like a game of chess really. He's gonna make the move first. But it looks like it's okay. Decent play here from Paladin.
Yeah, Mr. Yo coming all the way across the map to see if he can hit Viper with a little bit of raiding. We still see a lot of teal going into the orange base here. He's just trying to prop Keno up. Keno's in a lot of trouble, man. His castle is getting trebbed. He's getting pushed back. He's lost a treb now, and he probably will lose the other two to some onager fire pretty quickly. This is a really tough situation. You've got Elite Teutonic Knights on top of a hill with onagers beside them, and quite a few trebs breathing down your neck. It's a really tough spot. And that's really only aggression from the gray player Paladin. Paladin is basically taking on 1.5 armies right now, and that's giving Yo the opportunity to take over the map and build out Mamelukes and go and raid people elsewhere. Keno, unfortunately, is really not able to help his teammate saymyname hold that side.
Yeah, Lick's actually got a forward monastery. Look at this. That's brilliant.
Yo and Lick's in my base, says the Viper. I'm looking for that monastery right now. Where did that end up?
Like outside of Viper's base, there's 4 monasteries, a bunch of monks.
Nice.
Oh, Licks, you make me laugh.
Viper building a few scouts to go in and snipe some monks. Gonna just try to hold the line, but he's in trouble. Spring is in a castle race with China #2, and Spring is gonna be just a little bit too slow. Oh God, please tell me this castle isn't gonna be denied. Spring's castle denied on 95%. Let's go to his point of view. We have to see this. Spring losing all the villagers there, 95% exactly. Oh boy. Spring has just been kicked while he's been down all game. Tough game for Spring.
Spring! You had 2 towers there. Why not load your villagers in there to deny the castle?
Spring unable to get his...
Also, the bunch of knights that are also right there as well, so that wouldn't have helped.
Yeah, lots of knights there.
Spring.
Imperial Age coming for the Viper. He's going to kill several monks on the front and a couple Mamelukes. Not a whole lot of conversions actually coming in there for Licks. Licks with a little bit of bad luck on the RNG. I think he lost 6 monks, and I didn't hear the sound of a conversion coming in. But it may not matter because Keno is in a lot of trouble. Those Elite Teutonic Knights are still rolling forward. There's plenty of trebs here to knock down the orange castles that are left, and they're going to go down really fast. Japanese ARBs are still here, but there's just not nearly enough of them, and we have Siege Onager now from Paladin, Siege Workshop coming forward, and the SY team is showing us their strength at the moment, playing a pretty nice game rail-to-rail here.
Yeah, starting to flex their muscles a little bit. Like, okay, let's just warm up. First game of the day for some of us. Let's get going. Yeah, well, I can't actually see how they can win this game. Flat out. I mean, I like actually Yellow's able to transition well into the ETKs. He's done a good job there, but it's not going to be enough just because of the sheer force coming his way. In comes Mr. #2. Woo!
Yeah, China #2 here with Cavalier. A couple of petards out for the blue player Spring, trying to do something cheeky just to make this game fun. But I see a lot of purple rolling into the teal economy from saymyname. The Viper will give the GG. Mr. Yo was never really checked in the Imperial Age. He's just been building Mamelukes. He's got 53 units, and he could crush anybody at this point in the game. GG, I would say, Milmano. Any last thoughts on this one?
Not really. Get wrecked. Get wrecked.
Licks' forward there was impressive.